The village had just begun to settle into evening when the black car arrived. It did not belong to the dust roads or the crooked fences. It looked like the city had come back to collect something it had forgotten. Amara was at the stream when the whispers started. "Your aunt is here." The calabash slipped slightly in her hand, but she did not let it fall. Years had passed. Amara was no longer the trembling girl who had returned in silence. Life had hardened her, gently. She now walked with the kind of quiet strength that only pain can teach. The village still talked, but now they talked about her resilience, her small tailoring shop, the way she sponsored 2 young girls in school. Her aunt stood in the compound when Amara arrived. She looked smaller, thinner. The city had taken something from her, too. For a long moment, neither of them spoke. Then the aunt fell to her knees. The sound of it stunned the onlookers. "I did not believe you," she said, her voice breaking open like dry earth under rain. "And I should have." The courtyard held its breath. Amara's mother stepped forward, confused, trembling. "What is she saying?" The aunt lifted her tear-streaked face. There was no pride left in it, no anger, only regret that had fermented for too long. "He confessed," she whispered. "Before he died, he confessed." The words moved through the air slowly, like smoke finding every corner. "He said you begged him to stop. He said you cried. He said you tried to tell me." The villagers who had once whispered now stood frozen, confronted by a truth they had helped bury. Amara felt something shift inside her. Not relief, not joy. Something deeper, a knot loosening. Her aunt crawled closer, reaching for her wrapper but stopping short, as though unsure she deserved to touch her. "I chose my marriage over you," she sobbed. "I was afraid of shame, afraid of losing everything. And in my fear, I lost you instead." Silence stretched between them, heavy with years. Amara looked at the woman who had once braided her hair with gentle hands, the same hands that had slapped her, the same hands that had locked her in. Pain does not disappear when truth arrives, but truth changes its shape. "You did lose me," Amara said softly. Her voice was steady, not cruel, not loud, just steady. "I was a child, and I needed you." Her aunt bent forward, forehead touching the dust. "I know." A breeze passed through the compound, lifting the dry leaves around them. Somewhere, a child laughed in the distance, life continuing, unaware of the moment unfolding. For years, Amara had carried the weight alone, the shame, the doubt, the questions that woke her at night. Was it my fault? Did I imagine it? Now, in front of witnesses, the truth stood bare. The villagers lowered their heads, some in guilt, some in realization. Her mother began to cry, not the quiet tears of confusion, but the loud, aching sob of a woman who finally understood what her daughter had been fighting alone. Amara stepped closer to her aunt. "I forgave you a long time ago," she said. "Not because you deserved it, but because I deserved peace." Her aunt looked up, shocked. "But forgiveness does not erase what happened, and it does not give back the girl I was." The words were not weapons, they were boundaries. The sun dipped lower, casting golden light across the courtyard, the same courtyard where she had once returned in disgrace. Today, she stood vindicated. The aunt remained on her knees, weeping. "Tell them," Amara said gently. And her aunt did. She told the villagers everything about the harassment, the night of darkness, the confession on a hospital bed, the guilt that had eaten her alive. She told them how easily fear had silenced her, how quickly she had chosen reputation over truth. When she finished, no one spoke. But something invisible had shifted in the village that day. Mothers held their daughters a little tighter. Fathers stared longer at the ground. Silence no longer felt safe. As night approached, the black car remained untouched. The aunt did not ask Amara to return to the city. Some bridges are not rebuilt. Before leaving, her aunt stood before her once more. "I am sorry," she whispered. This time, the apology did not feel like dust. It felt like acknowledgement. Amara watched the car disappear down the same road she had once traveled as a frightened girl. Only now, she was not broken. She was believed. And sometimes that is where healing truly begins.